So a few years ago, my wife and I decided we wanted to buy a house. What we didn't realize is that decision would lead to buying this. Raw land, big trees, a little creek, and no utilities. How did we get here? Buying raw land when we should probably be buying a single family home like everybody else? Well, it all started about 3.5 years ago when my wife and I moved into this place right after we got married, a 364 square foot tiny home, and we fell in love with it. We loved the tiny life. We enjoyed just having open, clean space. We can't keep it cluttered. It takes 10 minutes to clean the whole house, and it's been a lot of fun. But we want to start a family soon, and we need more space. When we have friends over, we need to be able to have more than 2 seats. It's just not sustainable long term. About a year ago, we decided we're gonna hit Zillow, the real estate market. Turns out all of the houses are really expensive if you've been paying attention since about 2020, COVID. We had a little sticker shock and decided we're gonna have to figure out another strategy. We can't just go out and buy a full retail house, put a massive down payment down and still have a super high mortgage. We had to get creative. We started studying some real estate investing methods. One of the most common is house hacking. That's where you buy a duplex, live in one side, rent out the other side. So we went down that route for a while. Turns out there's not many duplexes available. And if they are, they're really expensive. So that led us down looking at ADUs and maybe Airbnbs, a bunch of different routes. And then I came across another method. It turns out you can make a lot of equity if you find land for a somewhat good deal, build a house, try to do a lot of the work yourself if you can, and then refinance into a traditional mortgage, and you can end up having almost enough for the 20% down payment just by building a house on raw land. And that's the route we decided to go. Just like a single family home, you figure out with this many bedrooms, this many bathrooms in this neighborhood, that's what I did with land. I realized I can probably afford at a maximum about 2 to 3 acres max, preferably less, just to save some money. Something that is close to town. I don't want to be driving 30, 40 minutes just to go to work. Something that is in a safe neighborhood, something that has easy utilities. For my first property, I don't want to be drilling a well. I don't want to be running power lines. So I would love city water, easy electricity, and I'm okay with the septic if I have to, just because in my town, the sewer system is really far behind for 2026. So pretty much most of all of the properties have a septic system, so that's just the way it is. And something that is zoned for at least 2 units. I would love to be able to at least have the option to add a second unit later after I build. So something like a main house with a mother-in-law suite. That's really what I'm going for. At least I wouldn't have the option. I'm not going to do it right now, but that was my buy box. And man, I probably toured about 10 different properties and found problems with all of them, problems with the city, problems with zoning, and I'll talk about that in future videos, but I ended up finding one. And here's what it looks like. All right, we are here on the property. So this is about 2.5 acres of beautiful Washington rainforest. And in reality, we're just outside of the rainforest, but a lot of similar vegetation. So a lot of low-lying sword ferns, some massive cedar trees. I just love the cedars. It's one of the coolest trees we have here in the Pacific Northwest, and I now own a bunch of them. It has always been a dream of mine to get to own some cedars, and now I do. And now I get to chop a bunch of them down. As you can see, we're heavily wooded, heavily vegetated, and a lot of this has to go. Down a little farther on the property, there is a really cool stream. In reality, it's seasonal drainage. It's not a stream. There's no fish in it, anything like that. But it's definitely a cool feature of the property that kind of splits it in half. And then if you go a little farther down, there's more cedar trees. There's a cool kind of open area and some really cool maple trees as well. So this is Washington through and through, and I'm so excited that I get to live here and to get to build a house. So for the house build, we're about 150 feet away from the road right now. So we'll have some trenching to do. And then we will also have quite a bit of land clearing, like I said. So all of this has to go here. The house is going to be right over there where the pink line is at. And I already have it staked out. I also have the septic staked out. And the soil's already been tested. We've already dug our test pits. And we've passed that. And we already have the master site review complete from the county. So as far as we can tell, everything is a go for construction. My land clearing guy says we'll probably break even with the cost of the machinery and his labor and selling the trees. So fortunately, we have a lot of cedar, and then construction starts. Super excited. I'll keep you updated as the progress continues. Now that we have that gorgeous piece of property, how do we actually put a bedroom where that massive old growth cedar is? And that's really what this channel is going to be about, bringing you along as I design the house, act as my own general contractor to build the house and work with subcontractors, and take you from closing on the land to actually moving in. And then maybe we'll talk about some of the finances and see, hey, was it worth it or not? I'm really excited. I've always wanted to build my house. This is a dream come true for me. If you've ever wanted to build your own house, or maybe you're thinking about it, or you just like to watch people do cool projects, I think this is going to be something that you really enjoy. Excited to have you follow along. Up next is the floor plans, how I designed the house, how I'm working with engineers and architects to make a house that is economical, still looks cool, and who doesn't like to see a cool set of architectural plans? So I'll see you there.